the best of everything. Boxing, best of food, best of Mexican boxing.
You're gonna remember where you were when you saw that fight. Trust me.
Some of the sexiness is coming back to cruiserweight there, and this is one of the reasons why.
That's how you get eyeballs to the sport, and that's how you become a star in the division.
Ramirez has always been a fighter that feels he has something to prove. It's gonna be war.
We heard what Eddie Hearn's been saying
No,
about you lately.
no, it's not that.
He does not like you right now, and you don't seem to like him.
It's not that. I mean, wait till
It's not Thursday yet.
Wait till my next clapback,
He is focused, laser focused for a fight like this.
I have a feeling that might be fight of the night.
Welcome to our roundtable discussion as we count down the days to November 16th as Latino Night hits Riyadh season. To my right, the Latin steak, Sergio Mora. And of course, when you think of Latinos, you also think of Chris Mannix.
Always.
And then on our left, Hall of Fame journalist Claudia Trejos and the golden boy himself, Oscar de la Hoya. Let's start right here. So you get a phone call from Turki Al-Sheikh, and he says, I want to do Latino Night. Right. And you say what?
Where do I sign?
Si se
Where
puede,
do I
like
sign?
that.
Si se puede, yeah, absolutely. It can be done, it will be done. What Turkey is doing is literally giving the fight fans what they deserve. You know, they deserve the best fights. I mean, there's 2 unifications on this card. There's 5 fights. On paper, they look great. So I'm excited because they're gonna get that Latino flavor in Riyadh. And I'm gonna do the best I can to really bring in, the best costumes, the best food.
The best mariachi.
Yeah, and the best fighters.
We gotta have the best mariachi.
Of course.
We've gotta show Riyadh
Absolutely.
what it's all about.
I might even come out of retirement and sing a song.
There you go. Why not?
I was
Why
telling
not?
Todd Grisham that you were a Grammy-nominated singer. He didn't believe me.
Yeah.
But with that being said, not only are you showcasing the Latin culture, you're also showcasing Latin talent. Because most of our fighters that are going to be there are Hispanic, of Hispanic descent.
Right.
And obviously great rivalries. We have not yet talked about that Northern California, Southern California rivalry. Jose Carlos Ramirez being in this card, this is important for him.
It's very important. Ramirez versus Barboza. It's going to get heated as the fight gets closer and closer. I mean, these guys are going to talk a lot of shit. Somebody like Barboza, somebody like Ramirez who's quiet, but he can fight. Man, this kid comes forward and just fights. So, and Barboza has a little chip on his shoulder, because of, certain situations from past promoters and this and that. I'm excited about Collazo. The idea behind this is for the whole world to watch it for free.
And you got to make big competitive matchups. In the main event, Chris, it's a 2-to-1 type of fight, 60-40 type of fight. Would you say?
I think it's great. And the cruiserweight division generally doesn't get the respect of some other weight classes. It's kind of been viewed
Since
as
forever.
Forever.
It's caught in the middle.
It's kind of a way station, right? A pit stop for a lot of guys on their way up to head. With some exceptions, David Hay, Alexander Usyk, most recently, Evander Holyfield, all-time great cruiserweight. But I think it's, some of the sexiness is coming back to cruiserweight there. And this is one of the reasons why. You've got a great fight between 2 top cruiserweights. And I like this fight for Zurdo. Zurdo's coming into this fight after beating a long reigning title holder in Billam-Smith. I think that's going to make this fight a lot more competitive.
I'm excited because, not because of him unifying. Yeah, it's pretty exciting because it doesn't really happen often. But the fact that Zurdo is talking about Usyk
Yes.
and Usyk coming back down to cruiserweight, that's pretty exciting.
That's exciting, but what I really like about Sergio Ramirez and his team is the fact that, normally when a fighter is coming up from the lower weight divisions up to the, higher weight divisions, they get flat-footed. They want to punch harder, but it seems Sergio's like more nifty on his feet now. I think they're doing a great job with the game plan, the strategy, and him following that game plan all the way to the end. And size is not going to matter with him if he's going to be using angles like that.
Exactly. Well, Malik Scott has done wonders. I mean, to get bottom heavy fighter, flat-footed,
He was flat-footed.
to move on his toes and move side to side. What he did to where he was just Smith, he was just moving side to side and angles and Joe
Different
Smith,
version of
it
him.
was a different version, and Joe couldn't really do anything. So it's a testament to all the loss that he had against Bivol.
He's in tough too. Like, I think Billam-Smith is better than Billam-Smith. Billam-Smith is the kind of guy that nothing was handed to him, right? He had a crappy amateur background. No promoter wanted to sign him. He had to go to the McWiggins, got lucky there. They took him in, and he became the guy that he's become. And, talking to this guy all week long, I mean, he is focused, laser focused for a fight like this. This guy's the real deal. And I remember asking him, I said, hey, you know, Zurdo's going to want to come to bang with you. Is that what you want? And he's like, have you seen my fights? That's exactly what I want. I think not only is this a high-level fight, it's going to be an aesthetically pleasing fight.
What I like about CBS is the fact that he redeemed his only loss. I mean, that shows character. The fact that you got that loss, you want to get right back in there, and practically you're an undefeated fighter again. And to win a world championship, then want to unify with a newly, cruiserweight minted world champion at cruiserweight. That's how you get eyeballs to the sport, and that's how you become a star in the division.
I want to see the output in somebody like Zurdo that traditionally, coming from 168, going all the way up to cruiserweight, he is used to that high volume. I want to see if he can actually keep that up with somebody of CBS's level.
Not only that, but the history that Zurdo's making. He was the first Mexican to win a 168-pound championship, first 200-pound cruiserweight champion. I mean, Mexicans, si se puede. Normally, we don't grow that big.
That's amazing.
Zurdo's proven
Those are a lot
wrong.
of tacos, a lot of tortas that he's eating.
And did you know, the funny thing is, as I was talking to him, I reminded him, you've made history in a sport that it's almost like religion in Mexico. He goes, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to obviously his humility. He's a humble fighter, humble person. He doesn't really like to show off, I guess, what he's accomplished. But when all's said and done, I think he's going to be one of the, we're going to call him one of the all-time greats, I believe, because, if he unifies this title, and then imagine him fighting Usyk. Imagine something miraculous happens and he beats him. Well, then now you have a legendary fighter in Zurdo Ramirez. He has to win and look impressive.
You said that this card, you're basically the only promoter for this card. In the past, it's been Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, someone else. Is that because these other promoters don't want to work with you? We heard what Eddie Hearn's been saying.
No, it's not that.
He does not like you right now. You don't seem to like him.
It's not that. I mean, wait till
It's not Thursday yet.
Wait till my next clapback, no, it's not that he doesn't. We actually want to work with each other, but the thing is that Eddie doesn't have fighters for me to face. Who does Eddie have that can fight William Cepeda?
Well, there's one guy.
Who's that?
Shakur.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
He injured his hand.
Right. No, Shakur is saying when this hand injury's over with.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm going straight into
I would
that
love
Williams
it.
Zepeda
I
fight.
would
That's
love
why
it. Look.
For Zepeda, this is kind of a trap fight for him in a way. Like Tevin Farmer really has nothing to lose. Like he lost his last fight.
And he could ruin the party.
He can ruin the party. But look, I'm already set. I'm in my mind, and Cepeda wants Shakur. That's the bottom line. I mean, there's a curse that Eddie has. I'm not gonna lie. There's a
curse.
The Eddie curse.
Of Eddie. Okay.
The Eddie curse. I mean, what he's 0-17 this year, I believe. No, it's true. I only speak the facts. I love working with promoters. I love working with everybody, making fights, making the best fights. Fortunately for us at Golden Boy, we had the opponents. We have the A side, the B side, so we can do this all on our own and just make it a special night.
When you look at November 16th, other than the main event, of all the fights on the card, which one are you most excited to see as a fan?
As a fan, I'm excited about Barboza and Ramirez. I think that might steal the night because Ramirez's style is just front forward. And I don't know exactly how much was taken out of him in his last fight. Man, he was getting hit with some bombs. So that's an exciting fight, but little Oscar Collazo, I'm excited about that one. I have a feeling that might be fight of the night. I think Oscar Duarte coming forward and banging like a mule against Sims is gonna be one of those fights where you're gonna remember where you were when you saw that fight. Trust me, because Oscar has a chin, he has power like a mule, and Sims, I mean, he's here to prove something. He wants to become world champion. He's serious about his craft. He's just not a quitter.
Ramirez Barboza for me. I mean, the chip on the shoulder that Barboza had right on the presser was incredible. Ramirez, a U.S. Olympian like yourself, former champion. I mean, none of these guys have been given everything. That fight is that's a salivating type fight.
It is. And obviously, let's not forget the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, these guys, I don't think one guy is going to take a step backward. In a way, Ramirez has always been a fighter that feels he has something to prove. And that's what's making them better and better and better. That mentality coming into this fight is gonna be, it's gonna be war. It really is. So I'm excited about top to bottom. We're gonna be excited.
I remember that fight against Orozco. I remember that fight against Pedraza. I mean, has he ever not had a fight where he was just balls to the wall. And I love that about Jose Carlos Ramirez. And, and obviously Barbosa, at this point in time, he thinks there's something that he deserves this win.
Oh, yeah.
He needs this to keep going forward and in his career.
It's that chip on the shoulder. I mean, when you have that chip on the shoulder when you're a fighter, man, it can either make you or break you, right? It can help you or not help you, right? It's right away you want to get out of your game plan, because you're angry and you're tough and the bell rings and you want to knock the guy out. But you have to know how to control it.
Right.
Like a Sergio, he controlled it. That's why he looked like a freaking beast, eating his blood. You know?
I was poor and I needed the money.
Well, there you go.
Dead broke, all right? So I just got the opportunity of a
Thank you
lifetime.
for being honest.
No, but hunger. It's about hunger and opportunity. Like just to your point, hunger and opportunity.
And speaking of being honest, today's a Wednesday. Clapback Thursdays tomorrow. So
Oh, yeah.
It's become a thing. But if I may, it seems to me as if people that have worked with you and left, there's no coming back. Why is that? Why can't you make amends with your former fighters, it seems?
Well, I mean, in the history of the sport, when does a fighter stay with a promoter for their career? Nobody, for some reason. I promoted Canelo for 10 years. I discovered him and made him what he was in the US. He was already like 40-something and 0 or 30-something and 0. So I made him in the US 10 whole years. Do we not like each other? Yeah, we dislike each other. That's fine. But I still promoted him for 10 whole years, got him the biggest contract in sports history. Ungrateful fighters, that's all it is.
I think there's some spiciness that can be made with some of the matchups with you and Eddie. I hope there's a 5v5.
Yeah, I mean, I wish. I hope so. Yeah.
I think there's enough talent on both
I
sides
would love to.
make something
I
like
would
that
love
happen.
to, and have him, what? He's 0-17 now? Yeah, 0-24, 25?
Make the call.
We're gonna crash it in
Make the
the
call.
number.
5 contra 5, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
But make the call. Haz la
It's all
llamada.
good.
Dile, oye,
It's all
Eddie,
good.
what's up?
It's all good.
Unfortunately for you, there's a lot of Golden Boy versus Golden Boy fights coming at Latino Night, so you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. That must be a tough night for you to see one of your fighters' dreams take a step forward and another fighter take a step back.
And what I tell the fighters, see, every fighter we have, we pep talk, and we tell them, look, if you fight hard, if you fight the right way, if you put all your passion, your energy into it, you're not a loser. You're gonna come back for another one. That makes a huge difference when you pump up a fighter in the locker room, in the dressing room, it's motivating.
But wait.
Oscar, one more fight.
You know what?
Stay on the show.
This is a must-ask question. How do you stay neutral? Because just like a dad, we're parents. We know we have kids, and there's some kids that require a little bit more attention than others.
Sure.
So how do you stay neutral, specifically in this position?
Yeah, no, from Bob Arum once told me, look, never make it personal. Fighters are gonna break your heart. Don't make it personal. I'm just having fun.
Is that what your girlfriends used to say to you? That's about you? They're going to break their heart? You're a former fighter.
They would break my heart.
Yeah, so what happened? All right, so guys, your final thoughts on this card, November 16th. What kind of things we'll be saying once the night is over?
Great action fights from top to bottom. Really competitive fights in the co-main and main event. Meaningful fights. Even like the co-main, no title on the line, doesn't really matter. That's a huge 140-pound fight. I think there'll be a lot of positive for the winners and the losers coming out of this event.
It's all gonna be beautiful.
The best of everything. Boxing, best of food, best of Mexican boxing.
Everything.
Yes.
Beautiful. Love it. Live on DAZN, baby.
Now he's got it. Live on DAZN. We'll see you then, November the 16th.